Why is it important to do what you feel called to do? Doing what you feel called to do can lead to greater satisfaction, mental health, and impact in your work. I'm Dr. Paul Jenkins. I'm a specialist in positivity and identifying the ways that you can move forward with what you feel called to do. In this video, we'll talk about 2 specific things that happen as you get a little closer to that goal, and I'll share 2 real examples with you of people that I have worked with. We'll finish off with 2 practical steps that you can take to move forward toward your goal. 2 things happen when you align with your purpose. And pause for just a moment to notice something. That you do feel it, don't you? I know I do. That calling, that pull to do something that is more meaningful or more connected to your purpose. Most of us on the planet get kind of pulled into routines, and we do our life, and there's a lot of things that need to be done in order to maintain just living from day to day. Sometimes we get pulled off course when it comes to our greater purpose, but there's still that calling. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you do, tune into that there might be a higher purpose for why you're even here on the planet. I told you that 2 specific things happen when you become more aligned with your purpose. First, you experience a more fulfilled life. I have made it my professional hobby to interview people who love their life. These are people who have been able to align with their purpose, and they routinely share with me that they experience a richness about their life that is uncommon among those who are less aligned. How would you feel if you were able to spend more of your time doing what you feel you were uniquely put on this planet to do? My personal experience, and the experience that hundreds of people have shared with me on my podcast, is that you love your life. That's probably the best way to summarize it. But I said 2 things happen, because as you align with your purpose, the second thing that comes about is wealth. You generate wealth, which I kind of already said, because if you love your life, you're wealthy. But I'm also talking about an economic return that happens when you get clear about your purpose and you engage in that purpose on purpose. I think this will become a little more clear if I share with you a couple of examples of people that I've gotten to know over the years. First, may I introduce you to Jeff. Jeff is a certified positivity practitioner, and he's been a member of our Live on Purpose team now for a number of years. Listen in as I talk with Jeff about his purpose. Hey, Jeff, thank you for jumping on a call with me real quick.
Good to be here, Paul.
You've been a positivity practitioner for a while, and I'm just curious what you think about this. I believe it has an impact on our lives, when we align with our mission. What have you noticed about that? What is the effect if we really get in alignment with our purpose and our mission?
That's a great question, an interesting question. Quite frankly, one that means a lot to me. Without making it a big, long explanation, I would say that my entire life has been geared toward coaching and helping people solve their problems. I mean, I started to get coaching and mentorship from when I was a little kid playing sports, and then into college with professors and counselors, and then in a sales and customer service career in which I had great mentors, coaches, and I ended up eventually 25 years ago coaching others. And quite frankly, it meant a lot to me. In fact, that was the part of the job that I really enjoyed, was helping people improve what they were doing with their lives and enjoying their jobs and that sort of a thing. So it lent itself to a transition in what I do now as a coach. I mean, I talk to people. I learned from my mentors, you included, how to ask good questions. And quite frankly, that's the key to helping people solve their challenges, solve their problems. And that is something that's very, very meaningful to me. Life is full of problems. Everybody has them.
You know,
I mean,
as you're sharing this, and thank you, I appreciate hearing that. The underlying theme that I'm hearing here is that you've been able to help a lot of other people. And I'm curious, what has been the impact on your life, on you personally, as you've gotten more aligned with your purpose?
as I've gotten more aligned with my purpose, I'd probably look for a cool metaphor that I've gone from, I mean, in the coaching that I did prior, I've gone from kind of like the shallow end of the pool to being in real deep now. Okay. I'm in a world-class Olympic pool of coaching now, aligning myself with you. I'm deeper into it. I'm learning more. There are so many facets to what I learned from you and Live on Purpose and other coaches that you bring on board to coach us during those training sessions. I'm speaking to groups too, and this is a tangent. I'm being challenged to be the best that I can be, more than I ever have before. That means a lot to me. And the better I get, the better I can help other people get. I mean, because it's not about me, it's about helping people solve their problems. And whatever I learned from my mentors or whatever I'm involved in now, and it's deeper, it's sharper, it's even more meaningful, and I can pass that on.
Thank you for sharing that, Jeff. I just find that so inspiring when people start to connect to their purpose like that. Do you find it inspiring as well? Are you ready to share this information with other people? Would you take a moment to do that? Right down at the bottom, there's a share button. Why don't you click on that and see who you could share this with who would benefit from hearing this. I want to introduce you next to Natasha. I have seen over the past several years some tremendous growth in this brilliant woman. I want you to hear it from her. Hello, Natasha. Thank you for jumping on a call with me.
Thanks, Dr. Paul. Nice to be here.
Hey, you have been a certified positivity practitioner now for a while. And I'm wondering if you could just take a moment and share what the impact has been on you personally as you have aligned with your purpose. What have you noticed happening in your life, in your economics? What's been the impact?
Thanks. So let me share. So it's actually need to understand my journey. I'm going to explain where I started. So I started off as an investment manager at the bank. So I did investment managing. I studied after school. I studied BCom and I did my business degree. And I got that and I did investments and help people make money. And but I always wanted to help and serve people. So my focus by helping these people investing their money was more from a serving heart. And then I changed my career, big shift. And I went and studied psychology, and I started my own practice as a therapist here in South Africa. So I'm a certified or a registered counselor here in South Africa. And the shift was significant for my business career because I was giving up financial income to run a practice. Because you must understand, in South Africa, if you serve people, you don't get paid for that. Because so I actually just thought, okay, this is the way it should be. I get a 20% income from the people I see. And then I was looking for a tool for one of my clients that I was seeing, and I found you, Dr. Paul. And then my life changed. So, and not the way I thought. I just thought I'll get a nice tool from you and use that, and that would be fun and interesting. But actually, that was a game changer. I invested into your program, your practitioner certification program, and that was the best investment I ever made. Because when we get the return on investment, when I worked at the bank, our average return would be like 7-8%. If you're a really volatile investor, you might get 11, and then you're like the best ever. But I invested in your program and I made 10x back. So I've learned the best investment is in yourself, your personal growth, in your skills. And I've learned to make money as a professional speaker, as a coach, And I make more money now than I ever done before. And I'm making it from doing what I love. Now, even if the people don't pay me, it's probably still fine. But how great is it I can have a sustainable life with the income of becoming a coach and a certified coach with you? So I want to thank you for that, Dr. Paul.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that, Natasha. I'm noticing a lot of energy as you share that. And I've gotten to know you a little bit over the years of your becoming a certified positivity practitioner, aligning with your purpose. And you're sharing with us that not only does it fulfill your life, but it has been very economically impactful for you as well.
Yes, that made a big difference because now I can do this every day. I don't need to have a side hustle. This is my job now. I'm a coach and a counselor, but not so much a counselor anymore. I don't practice like that anymore. I get my income from coaching and I can sustain my family from that income. So yes, and it's worth it.
That's wonderful. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me.
Thank you.
Now, if you're feeling inspired like I am, having gotten to know Jeff and Natasha a little bit, let's talk next about 2 specific steps that you can take to move closer to your alignment with purpose. Step number 1, turn your brain on. Some people are a little offended when I say that. And technically your brain is always on, but I'm talking about getting your brain to work for you and not against you. One thing you might consider here is talking to your brain more than listening to it. Do you hear sometimes when you start thinking about your purpose, oh, I can't do that because, and your brain starts giving you 15 reasons why you can't do it. This is your brain doing its job. Your brain's job is to keep you safe and to prove you right. And between those two, we get into all kinds of trouble in our own thinking. And our brain starts to work against us instead of for us. Talk to your brain as you tell your brain, I know, there's a lot of reasons why we can't do this, but all we need are a couple of really good reasons to do it. That's your purpose. Invite your brain to work for you, not against you. There's a lot of ways to turn your brain on. You're starting by watching content like this video. So way to go. Step number 2, take courageous action. This is how the world actually changes for the better. Ideas don't change the world. People taking action on ideas change the world. Courage implies fear. If you don't feel a little bit of fear, you're probably not thinking big enough. But also, that's how we define the courageous action. What you're already comfortable with will continue to provide for you what you've already got. If you're ready to go to that next level, it's going to require a different level of engagement from you. And you don't have to do this alone. We're here to help. If you're ready to take that next step, go to the URL on the screen right now, drpauljenkins.com/let's meet. When you go to that URL, you'll have access to the calendar where you can set up a meeting with me or a member of our team to talk about what might be next for you. You might even get Jeff or Natasha. Go to the URL if you are serious about taking those steps forward and if you believe that me and my team can help you with that. We're here to help.